Hey, Guns and Games here, back with another one here today. Today I'm doing a video on this. This is a Romanian PM90 long in the battlefield pickup style from Atlantic Firearms. Giving you some of the purchase information and various things it came with. I bought this gun for $8.99, and it also came with a special promotion they're running on it right now, a so-called shooter's package. Comes with a bunch of stuff. I'll go over it shortly here. The things that it came with that are not part of the shooter's package are this. It came with a standard case, this sort of cloth material case. This is pretty typical from them. They put these in a lot of their guns, particularly their AKs that you buy from them. All pretty much come with this. On the other side, again, there's a sort of a magazine pouch, 3 magazine pouch. Pretty typical from them. All their guns come with these, and all of their other battlefield pickups that I've bought have come with them. Standard Atlantic Firearms manual, basic owner's manual, nothing special. Basically any AK you buy from them will come with that. Now getting on to the shooter's package, it came with a bunch of items. First off is this magazine pouch. It's in really good shape too. It's a just a standard AK magazine pouch. You open it up here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but it's still sort of wanting to fold up on me. So it's basically you get 4 dividers. So you can put 4 magazines in there. It also came with a bottle here. Standard little oil bottle. I opened it up and there is actually a little bit of oil still inside it. It smells pretty much like gasoline. It's pretty interesting. But it came with that too. It's got a sling as well you can put on yourself, which is pretty interesting. It's in really good shape. You got 2 little bottle pouches on the side. Really interesting. So it came with that. You also get 2 magazines, 2 additional magazines with it. One's pretty worn. The other one is less worn and in actually pretty good shape. And then lastly, you get a surplus leather sling that the Romanians use. The Romanians use these sort of leather type slings. It is in horrendous condition, I've got to say. Well, it's not in horrendous condition structurally, but it is just filthy. And looks like it's covered either in dirt or that is mold, possibly. I'm not sure. I'm going to probably clean it if that is indeed the case. If it's some sort of mold or mildew or something, I'm going to definitely clean it. So the sling's kind of disappointing. I've got another leather sling anyway, extra that I have anyway, that's in much better shape that I'll probably throw on it instead. That's the shooter's package, basically. Overall, you've got probably about a $65 to $75 value there. Both of the mags are like 20 each right now for Romanian ones. The sling is 10 to 15. The mag pouch is maybe like 10. And the bottle's maybe like 5. So, you know, somewhere there, $65 to $75 worth of value for free. Not bad, I'm not complaining. So, it came with all of that. Let me just get all of that out of the way for you real quick. Put it on the floor. So, what is the PM90? Well, it is pretty interesting. I've brought some of my other Romanian battlefield pickups from them to kind of compare them to, as this gun is kind of based off of, or is kind of what you would consider kind of a combination of another two. We have the Romanian PM or PA-MD86, which is Romania's 5.45 caliber AK, kind of like an AK-74. It's kind of a combination of that and their standard full-size AKM, the PM9063. This gun is really kind of a combination of both, basically. It entered service in 1990. There were basically 2 different versions of it as well. There was the standard long, what we call the long model, the PM90, which is what this one is. There was also a short-barreled version as well called the Kutayeva Skirta. The PM90 Kutayeva Skirta. Basically the same gun, but just a shorter barrel. Basically it. This is a standard 7.62 by 39 chambered AK, and it was actually a replacement for this, the PM90 63 and the underfolder version 65. This ended up actually replacing both of those. So there were the two different versions. And it's, again, so kind of think of it as a combination. You get the crutch folder stock off of the 86. You get the different Bakelite pistol grip style. And the sort of different furniture. Instead of the sort of dark furniture, you get the more lighter colored, vibrant furniture as well. One difference, though, is the PM90 does have a Bakelite upper handguard. The 90s did not. They stuck with the standard wood. And also, you do not get the same muzzle brake. The PM90 used a standard AK-74 style muzzle brake. The 90 did not switch over. Now, the short-barreled version actually used a different muzzle brake entirely. The short-barreled one used kind of like a bird cage, not really, but it's sort of similar to like an AR bird cage style flash hider. Not precisely the same, but kind of the same general idea. It used something more like that. The long-barreled version did not. So you do kind of get a combination of both. This gun is basically a PM90 63, but with a different stock and a different pistol grip and a different, basically the same handguard, but just different color. I'm assuming a different wood type. That's basically it. So this was intended to be used by paratroopers and tank crews. The short-barreled one was. This was the standard 7.62 AK that would be used by standard troops. The short-barreled one would be used by the paratroopers and the tank crews, vehicle crews. So it replaced the 63 and the 65. It did not replace the 86 and its short-barreled version, the 94. These served together, side by side. And both are still in service today. So that is that. And I have not shot it yet. I just bought the gun a couple of days ago. This gun actually did not become available to buy until basically a week ago. So this is pretty fresh. So it is, again, built off of a PM90 parts kit. It has a Morrissey receiver, like all of their other Battlefield pickup offerings. You get a Morrissey receiver, Green Mountain barrel, nitride treated, not chrome lined like it historically was. You get a Tapco sugar scoop slant brake muzzle brake, and then a Century Rack 1 trigger group. Everything else is Romanian. You get a surplus magazine. I'll flip the gun over now for you. You do get the same sling point mount here as well, just like the 86. Side mount and all of that. Cleaning rod. This gun seems to be built pretty well. The mag well is very nice and smooth, or not tight, or it's the perfect size. Mag changes are very easy. The sights are pretty straight. I've got to give it to it. No real cant. The parts kit is in really, really good shape as well. I was actually amazed compared to some of the other ones, which are, they're a little worn. You look at like the dust cover. It's a little faded. They're kind of faded. This one is still like super shiny gloss black, which was just kind of surprising. Some interesting marks on the wood. There's a mark on the dong where magazines clip in, when people take magazines out, it kind of grinds into it, which is just kind of interesting. My other ones don't really have that on theirs, which is interesting, but this one does. It is an all-matching parts kit as well. Smooth action and everything. You know, the rack one, having a rack one trigger group, unlike a Tapco trigger group, does not really impede the action and makes it pretty smooth. It is a 1992 dated parts kit. My 86, I believe, is a year younger, if I remember correctly. It is a 1990. Interesting. So this was a third year of production, 92, third year of production. So pretty interesting. And this, my 63 was actually right near the end. It was 1980, I believe. Yeah. So that was actually kind of towards the end of production. And then this replaced it again. Not really any issues overall looking over it. I mean, the parts kit is excellent. There's really no real corrosion of any kind. It's in great shape. The only issue I have noticed is this buttstock is a little bit hard to actuate. See, it kind of gets stuck there, and you have to put some force to it to close it. See, now it's actually stuck. I have to push it in again. Hold, but you get the idea. But this buttstock is noticeably a lot harder to actuate than my 86. That's really the only complaint I have with it. My 86 is, the buttstock is really easy to open and close. This one fights me a little bit. It's a lot tighter and a lot harder to open. That's really just on first impressions. Again, I haven't shot it. That's really my only complaint with it. So the dust cover is really easy to get off, unlike my 86, which tends to fight me a little bit. And my 86's mag well was really tight, so mag changes are a little difficult. I did file down the mag catch a little bit with a metal file. That made it easier, but it's still not as easy as it should be. This one, of course, is just typical, super easy. There's very little mag wobble, not so much mag wobble that impedes function. I've ejection and fed tested it a lot. Everything seems to be working correctly. But overall, it's in really good shape. We are finally starting to get PM90 parts kits in the country finally, so you're starting to see these or more refinished or new ones as well all over the place. But I'm pretty impressed. I'll show you the sights. Not bad. It's really straight, basically no cant. None of them have any cant. And if they do, the ones that I've bought, this is the fifth Battlefield pickup offering they've offered now. All are very straight, really no issues. So I expect it to run fine and everything. I'm pretty impressed with it. But overall, it's in really good shape. Got to give it to it. Not going to really, again, like the others, I'm not going to modify it. These are, again, for those of us that just want some more AKs in the more classical style. But yeah, I am still amazed at just how good the condition that parts kit is. The selector lever is a little stiff, could be a little easier, but having it be too easy is a bad thing. The gun can kind of, if your mag release is too easy, it can kind of work its way up or down, or work its way up during firing, and that's bad. So it's a little stiff, but it's acceptable. But overall, the thing is in really good shape. I do plan on shooting it hopefully sometime, maybe this month or next month, putting at least a couple hundred through it in the coming months. I expect it'll work fine. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. I was just impressed again at how good a shape the parts kit is. I love the way it looks. Another one to the family, another dong grip Romanian to the family. And this is actually an interesting one like this one. It has the distinction of actually still being in service. My guess is the parts kits that we're getting are ones that are kind of older, like this one. This one's third year of production. A lot of the older production ones are being circulated out of service, and they're being chopped up and then sold here. So that's what's happening. But again, this one's in really good shape again. So I'm pretty impressed. I recommend it, even though, you know, I haven't shot it yet, but I, again, suspect it'll work fine. I have been wholeheartedly impressed with their other 4 Battlefield pickup offerings I've bought, and I had to jump on this one when I saw it. So, but I expect to be impressed. They make good guns, I believe. You get, I mean, you get a Morrissey receiver, one of the best AK receiver makers on the market, Morrissey. They're probably not the best, but they're definitely top quality. So, anyway, I took it apart and everything. Everything looked good internally as well. So, another good buy, I think. It might be a little overpriced. I mean, $8.99. The PM90 parts kits are more expensive than like the 63 and 65 ones. But these, I mean, the prices on these have gone up. I mean, I bought this one when it was $650. They're like $750 now. They've gone up $100 in a year. I bought this one December of last year. So probably the same thing will happen to these too. Same thing happened to these. I think this was $825 when I bought it, and I think they're over $900 now. So, I mean, they've all jumped up in price. So, you know, and you also, again, you get the shooters package. So now, you know, I guess now would be the time to buy one, I guess. And I figured I would jump on it and get it. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. I would recommend it if you're looking for something interesting. If you're looking for a nice, compact, foldable. This stock, while ergonomically maybe isn't quite as good as an underfolder, it's a lot more practical that it folds to the side. And you can also use like a drum magazine with it, unlike an underfolder. Just a bit more practical. Or I mean that you can actually do like mag changes with a drum with the stock down. With this one, you can't do that with an underfolder. The stock's just a little more practical. I think overall maybe a little bit better of a gun than, say, the underfolder 65. So it's kind of interesting, you know, good truck gun, looks good, and a nice classic look. I like the dongs. I'm clearly a big fan of the dongs. They're very interesting. Romania made some really good AKs. So that's going to about do it. Overall, I think it's a good buy. I've been impressed. I'm impressed with it. The build quality of this particular example is really good, and the parts kit is in excellent shape. So that's going to about do it for me here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's just my thoughts on it, my sort of first initial impressions and overview. I, of course, am Guns and Games. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.